Hello everybody, and welcome back to another Game News Roundup. We're back after a few weeks. Apologies for no videos. I know it's been a little bit. There's been nothing huge enough gaming news to record videos on, plus I haven't had the motivation to record gaming news. So of course today, we get big gaming news, and it's not good news. It's not exciting. It's not like, ooh, the Switch 2 was announced, or some big thing. No, it's PlayStation shutting down 2 studios, which is always sad and depressing when people are laid off, studios are being shut down. The layoffs continue in the gaming industry, unless you work for Nintendo, who, even during the Wii U days, did not do any layoffs. The CEOs, executives took pay cuts instead. So yeah, Sony Interactive Entertainment announced it has shut down Concord developer Firewalk Studios and mobile studio Koi. Koi's mobile action game will not be moving forward, in Concord, which was delisted and taken offline on September 6th, will not be making a return. Concord, after a week or 2 weeks, it was officially shut down because, no one bought it, and that was probably the biggest issue with Concord. The fact that they were charging $50 or $40 for it. And I feel like for the type of game Concord was, to get a decent base, the game should have been free to play. Free to play with usual microtransactions, skins, weapon skins, character model skins, whatever, and, battle pass and all that stuff. But nope, they didn't do that. I thought maybe the game would return as free to play and had a little bit of reworking, but they decided not to do so. And if you're wondering, a Sony spokesperson told Bloomberg that about 210 employees will be laid off between Firewalk Studios and Koi. So, yeah, we've got First thing, we got a message here from the PlayStation CEO, Hermen Hulst, group CEO specifically. A full message that was posted. And then we got a message from Firewalk Studios. They posted one final tweet over on Twitter. So, yeah, Hulst in his full message, that was to, he sent to employees, but they posted it online. Today, I want to share some important updates from Sony Interactive Entertainment Studio Business Group. We consistently evaluate our games portfolio and status of our projects to ensure we are meeting near and long-term business priorities as part of our ongoing efforts to strengthen SIE's studio business. We have had to make a difficult decision relating to 2 of our studios, Koi and Firewalk Studios. Expanding beyond PlayStation devices, they are now releasing games on PC. That gap between PlayStation release and PC release seems to be shrinking, potentially. Initially, we were thinking 2 to 3 years before most PlayStation games made their way to PC, at least single-player games. But of course, as recently, Spider-Man 2 was announced to be coming to PC in January, I believe, which is about 15 months after the PlayStation 5 release. And obviously, Helldivers 2 was day 1 on PC and PlayStation, as well as Concord, which didn't help the game in the end. But anyways, expanding beyond PlayStation devices and crafting engaging online experiences alongside our single-player games are key focal areas for us as we evolve our revenue streams. Thing is, you get a hit live service game, you're bringing in good money for potentially years and years, versus a single-player game, you're bringing in a lot of money for a matter of weeks usually, or months. You get most of it money up front at near launch, and then it, dies down quickly after that. Usually, unless you're talking about, if you look at some software charts, Grand Theft Auto 5 is still charting in the top 10 in a lot of software charts. You see Mario Kart 8 Deluxe charting a lot. Potentially some other Nintendo games, years and years, still top 10 bestseller. PlayStation, Hulst, he continued, we need to be strategic, though, in bringing our games to new platforms. And recognize when our games fall short of meeting player expectations. While mobile remains a priority growth area for the studio business, we are in a very early stage of our mobile efforts. To achieve success in this area, we need to concentrate on titles that are in line with PlayStation Studios' pedigree and have the potential to reach more players globally, With this refocused approach, Neon Koi will close and its mobile action game will not be moving forward. I want to express my gratitude to everyone at Neon Koi for their hard work and endless passion to innovate, but you're shutting them down? Yeah, not good. PlayStation shutting down 2 studios. They shut down some other studios over the last bunch of years. Xbox shut down. Well, it was going to be 3 studios Xbox was shutting down, but Tango Gameworks was recently acquired by another company. But anyways, regarding Firework, as announced in early September, an important update on Concord, certain aspects of Concord were exceptional, but others did not land with enough players. That is an understatement, as the game didn't even reach 1,000 peak players on Steam. Probably a bit higher than that on PlayStation. But yeah, anyway. And as a result, we took the game offline. We have spent considerable time these past few months exploring all our options. When I say few months, in considering it's the end of October, the last not quite 2 months, after much thought, we have determined the best path forward is to permanently sunset the game and close the studio. I want to thank all of Firework for their craftsmanship, creative spirit, and dedication. The PvP first-person shooter genre is a competitive space that's continuously evolving, and unfortunately, we did not hit our targets with this title. That is, yeah. Yeah, and there were reports that the development on the game was over $200 million. That doesn't even include how much Sony spent to acquire the studio. We will take the lessons learned from Concord and continue to advance our live service capabilities to deliver future growth in this era. So yeah, despite Concord's failure, but of course, offset by the success of Helldivers 2, they are going to keep doing live service games moving forward. Maybe they're not going to quite do as many as they had planned. At one point, they said they had like 10 live service games in development. They were going to come out over the next bunch of years, which clearly that hasn't happened. I think it was The Last of Us. There was a multiplayer game for Last of Us that was canceled as well. So Naughty Dog can focus on single-player games. I know none of this is easy news to hear, particularly with colleagues and friends departing SIE, Sony Interactive Entertainment. Both decisions were given serious thought, and ultimately we feel they are the right ones to strengthen the organization. Neon Koi and Firewalk were home to many talented individuals, and we will work to find placement for some of those impacted within our global community of studios where possible. So hopefully some of them who will not be laid off and could potentially get hired and work at other studios within PlayStation. I'm a big believer in the benefits of embracing creative experimentation, developing new IP. However, growing through sustainable financials, especially in a challenging economic environment, is critical. But yeah, there's been tens of thousands of people in the gaming industry have been laid off over the last couple of years. It's a lot. It's not good. While today is a difficult day, there is much to look forward to in the months ahead from the studio business group and our teams. I remain confident that we are building a resilient and capable organization driven by creating unforgettable entertainment experiences for our players. Thank you for your continued support. And Firework Studios, in their own tweet over on Twitter, released one last statement. Firewalk is signing off one last time. Firewalk began with the idea of bringing the joy of multiplayer to a larger audience. Along the way, we assembled an incredible team who were able to navigate growing a new startup into a team during a global pandemic. Firewalk was founded in 2018 and was very small for its first couple of years, only entering full production in 2022. So that does mean Concord was in full production for anywhere from about 2 to 2.5 years or so. This team was also able to build a new customized next-generation FPS engine in Unreal 4 to 5, delivering top-tier gameplay feel, beautiful worlds, and a performant 60 FPS technical experience on a stable and scalable backend on PS5 and PC to hundreds of thousands of players in our beta. However, once the game did finally come out, it did not land with enough people. They didn't make enough changes, probably from the beta. But yeah, manage and acquisition integration while readying technical and preliminary tests. But yeah, acquisition integration into PlayStation, which of course now they've been shut down. And ultimately ship and deliver a great FPS experience to players, even if it landed much more narrowly than hoped against a heavily consolidated market. We took some risks along the way, marrying aspects of card battlers and fighting games with first-person. I Did not play Concord, so I don't really know. Interesting. Car battle and fighting games. And it was with first-person shooters. And although some of these other aspects of the IP didn't land as we hoped, the idea of putting new things into the world is critical to pushing the medium forward. The talent at Firewalk and the level of individual craft is truly world-class, and teams within Sony Interactive Entertainment and across the industry will be fortunate to work with them. Please reach out to recruiting at PlayStation for inquiries, and thank you to all the very many teams, partners, and fans who supported us along the way. See you in the Tempest Firewalk Studios. End transmission. So yeah, that was the final message from Firewalk Studios. So yeah, to summarize, PlayStation shutting down Concord developer Firewalk Studios and mobile studio Neon Koi, who is working on a mobile action game, which has been shut down. But yeah, anyone who's been affected by this, who works at either of these studios, I hope if you're watching this, you are either able to get other work within PlayStation or you're able to find work at other studios as quickly as possible. It's always sad to see when hardworking people are laid off. The thing is about in the entertainment industry in general, something bombs, and that's going to be a big hit. Whether something is good or bad, something does not do well. That's generally it. I mean, they say Microsoft shutting down Tango Gameworks despite how they never sold that well, but like The Evil Within and then Hi-Fi Rush being critically acclaimed games, but not selling well enough. And then obviously Tango Gameworks was recently acquired by another company. But that's just as a whatchamacallit, just as an aside. But anyways, yeah. Sorry once again about it being a little bit since the last video I recorded. But as always, if you enjoy these videos, be sure to hit the like button. Be sure to subscribe if you have anything to add to any of the videos you watch of mine. Feel free. Leave comments down below in the comment section. I'll try to get back to you as quickly as I possibly can. So yeah, thank you all so much for watching. I'll catch you all next time for some more gaming news, gaming sales, and gaming industry information.